And in America says, see, I want to say, say, country against country. I'll enter your country and fight it. Fine, it's different. But now it's biological warfare. They can bomb things in the air that will affect us here in the air. Okay. Deformity. But so you're just going down. What you here? And our almost they have prepared themselves for that. And our council, but ma threatening will say he can use chemical weapon. I think you are aware. Sure. And we don't need that at this time. Oman Kasa, Oman Pesa, American Pesa, the whole world was like China, or only one, but it's again I know or play the friend saying diplomatic in the way say or any back Kasa so that they calm down. We don't need it.
It's very true because the relationship we have with them has to do with we going to them for aids, and then we also do business with them in terms of oil. We sell oil to them, and then their market determines the prices of these commodities. And so they are the people that we mostly fall on. The Europeans, the Germans, and all those. We go to them for loans. And aside the Chinese, these are the people that we rely on for help. So when we find them in a state of war, which means that their economy is unstable and they will not be able to accommodate us and give us monies for these things, we will find ourselves in a deep hole.
Now, maybe say use now. I'm telephone. I show put pan. I say, mom peanuts. Can't say, say no. Also, most people here to their own interest. What I say, here to their own interest. Being selfish gains, you know. And like say, I'm paying for you. Buy a channel. Got to cook. Buy me. I say, you buy. Kind of original alpha place, try to see how into youth now. Tom, you're very wise. Yeah, they shouldn't act foolishly. Say, I come to Kaka, you need to know. Now,
me the Mekasa as Obi Ame African, Ghana, na sure o man send a new America, ye near BB. Omo between Omo near my between I will help with the others. Omo Krambuna. Omo punto kwai na ye ni a ye ni ehu bibia nti se ato enchemu ana anyway ebeto ye ni a ye be fa hin ni ye hwe kura ye hwe enhu ehye nyina French speaking countries French speaking countries ye nso ye nti French ni ye ko Ivory Coast ana ye ko Burkina na ye ko Togo
it's say yeah kwa infant ye ko ye ni ba bia o ye Ghana ade ye ni ba bia o kasi to kwa ba o mai mu kasi edwane akobe obi enu obeje enti ese ehwe ya no bene kasa ye kasa ye ndwene ho ansa ne akasa obi ese obi sorry ya no be kan tibo obi ka o tibo my say osu nyansa na osu otimi tabi say asema ni ke ana asema say ya na say and say sorry ya na o my telephone do be sisi ya one moment on the cover bill. And yeah, epic. It's not a pain. Now, where out to our issue, and to be Casa, no one will send out the coming. For so. Only okay to go. Akwaba Stronko Enkoma wa wo hwe me sabre e wo too much GH so na ene day yete ho agumontin so na ni nyina efa ye European countries yi ebie ye meche Russia eni ebiemu nso Ukraine entokwa ekoso ewo ye wo mo afanu menu entema chese nam so ama ye Ghana fo a wo mo ewo ho no school fo mo ewo ho ne wo mo ye wo mo nyoma ho no chese akwakoba se wo mani atutu ede ato wo mo ensem no eno enti na yate ye ho agumante so ye Ghana fo adwetwe de afa ho zem ye ekọ eye eso no signal ben na eputi eye across is it a good signal or a bad signal na entokwa ekoso ebinu susu sem eye the World War 3 and Third World War no ebinu hu ne se eye eno na ekoso na se bi entokwa no eko no ye mampanyin excellence na nadranko akufo do kwampo edna no ato ensem no emu ama wakasa ede afa ho na wode ne nsam no ato eye dwa no wakasa dodo na bebre e de efa ho se entokwa ekọ eye eso no enya de sem ebetimi aboa eba ne sana chese wo man Ghana e de wo ha kwampo ebetimi abre eye na ebiamo nso minister Kwadwo Opon Nkrumah information minister wono susu ejina mu no wode ne nsam tudwa no wekire mu ama ye hu sem but entokwa ekọ so ekwampo na chese ebetimi affect eye global economy including eye Ghana. Although say entokwane ekọ so ewo eye European countries no ede emfa eye African countries no ehwo nanso so no ye betimi enya ehwo empopoye enesem say ye betimi increase eye oil prices ebiemu enso so no ebema eye high cost of eye electricity ena ebiemu enso so no ebema enyoma agese nyoma bo eba be ye den living your lifestyle ye nyoma enye okay emfa ema ye esansem enyoma enkane na agese nke wosenki ye tono at a low price no because of entokwa we emma entino enam so ebema enyoma so ebo ebeba bebe and how kese ekodini kese ena eyede ebeba eyo wo man no emu na no nti ene ne de yete ho ede agumwanti so aye Ghana for adwenche ede afa eye ehun say the enkoso o man Ghana dey ena yanso ye prepare ede afa ho because bibi say elsori wo man mu a ede ene betimi agina ede ahwe ama pepepe etimi akoso ewo ye men tabusia wonka munye nkwaji Ghana for adwenche no bi emfa empa abusiafo se de eye enkomotwetwe no ekọ ne yabepie mu ewo ye papa wonda ehọ no no so ye beje eye na dwenche de fa ensim na de memo akwaba.
Thank you.
Ibi aboko. Na wo hwe eye entokwa ekọ so ewo eye Ukraine no Russia ye signal ben na ede eba eye outside ede na e put into eye the minds of other Ghanaians and as citizens.
Yeah, the koso ho no signal Ediba Africa and I say we the Africans and Ghanaians signal say it is bad. Okay. I bet me that asema but we are see even they are even just say afraid this type of war say third world war. What you see sounds like third world was the first one the first and the second say and it's between these the developed countries, superpower. What you say? And see, we don't need it at this time. War. As I say, I say war. Because it will be biological warfare. Or but when they bomb things in the air, then you even feel it. Okay. So we don't need that. We need peace.
We need peace.
Peace. So that we die and go in peace. I just say war in Yamale. No.
No, that is in Canadian if European countries, 2 European countries, or didn't in the Bemana affected Ghanaians or Africans.
And in America says, see, I want to say, say, country against country. I'll enter your country and fight it. Fine, it's different. But now it's biological warfare. They can bomb things in the air that will affect us here in the air. Okay. Deformity. Once over, then you just going down. What you say? And almost they have prepared themselves for that. And our council, Bama threatening will say he can use chemical weapon. I think you are aware. Sure. And we don't need that at this time. Oman Kasa, Oman Pesa, American Pesa, the whole world say China or only one, but it's again I know play the friend saying diplomatic this in the way say on any back so that they calm down. We don't need it. Okay. Corona by. Yeah. We don't know anything about that, but it very good. But for the sake of the sun, because we are the sun people, we come from the sun. They come from the moon. Because of the sun also saves us. So let me tell you, when anything happen like that. We don't know anything. We didn't cause the world. No. I tell you, something will happen that will save Africa. Okay. I'm telling you. Okay. Yeah, go.
Your man paying His Excellency Nana Danko Kufado na not to similar crumple akase with a year issues saying although say it's not within a year African continent, but you still know it can have effect on our fuel prices and so.
As for that one day, it will escalate. Because we say I started. Yeah. And fuels we all depend on fuel. And he said when we ban it will affect us. It will affect even our water. our food, everything will go high. Ebema cost of living very high. Every say kayen kwa ewo Africa, you see the word natural. We will never tamper with the word. Superpower internet we also very good.
Maybe and nessa ye emo na afuto ben na de bema eye Ghana for na nsen wo hwe beto aba wo hu na we sori na moja be hwegu na say say entoko ba na ebe affect eye yen ana se be affect eye ma ene nkwada ene ebiem nsusu nipa edia ene afuto ben na wo de bema eye omanfo wo mo ehwo sabe
Ghana hano we are blessed with peace. Because of Sena yet here. I like you very well. You also like me. Say Seminibia, me bisawa over mommy. Yeah. And this peace ni Sena yet here. We have to establish an strong. We don't need war. We don't have to beat war drum. Only me, my child, Liberia.
Okay.
My parents, me papa war, my sister war. We saw how war is.
Okay.
And yet, so we don't need to beat war drums. Say election. Say my yes, yeah, a very bloody, a very see. No. As I say, I am out. If you bring us that statement, they have to deal with it because we don't want that to enter our mind. No. We share all around Africa, this West Africa, most of our surrounding nations. Yeah, they know because we understand ourselves. Okay. Say, see, a war or Ghana, then I don't think say Africa will survive because Obiadim said we very. Antina, watch all our neighbors are in Ghana, Senegal, Nigeria, all of them because of our peace. And I said, not that our economy, it's okay. And I said, but we have cool system here. So we have be peace. Who the bay? So who are who peace? So when you wear Jumaya, who Koba, man, you live good. We have food, everything down here. And if you watch, all of them are here. So we need our peace. We don't need to beat war drum, say silly. No. That one there is out. Rather, let's campaign about our peace. Now, be who say your peace more until eternity.
Thank you, Daddy. Everything for us, your papa, Eden, some not to join we here a year as soon and all my years because as soon no man, one that is what mine, intime and Nemo Emma, any, and some no yet was. For Chenuma, a rich Piemo, or a year 5 boutique, I just say, you know, Bema Richard, our Hanuma, and no Ebedo, a year and some no more Esuko. Welcome.
Thank you.
How is everything?
Everything is fine.
With Russian and Ukraine issue, the war, or you see the misunderstanding going on, what signal is it putting on board?
I think that it's a bad signal to us all because war is not something that we all should be happy about, especially when it concerns lives. And lives are being lost, and it calls for a great concern.
Really?
Yeah.
So as we are in African countries, so why is it that people are talking? They are saying that with the two European countries having this misunderstanding can affect Africans. Is it true?
It's very true because the relationship we have with them has to do with we going to them for aids, and then we also do business with them in terms of oil. We sell oil to them, and then their market determines the prices of these commodities. And so they are the people that we mostly fall on, the Europeans, the Germans, and all those. We go to them for loans, and aside the Chinese, these are the people that we rely on for help. So when we find them in a state of war, which means that their economy is unstable and they will not be able to accommodate us and give us monies for these things, we will find ourselves in a deep hole. Yes, so I believe that if it goes on for long, it's going to affect us negatively.
So that means with our fuel issues, so we were going to have fuel increases or like prices being increased.
Well, we can't say that for certain, but there certainly will be inconveniences.
Okay.
There will be inconvenience, and it will depend on how our leaders are also able to handle these issues, because by the grace of God, we also have found oil on our land, and we have our own oil, which we sell. So Russia is one of the largest, exporters of oil, and so if sanctions are being put on them because of what they are doing to Ukraine, I heard there are a lot of sanctions being put on them, and these sanctions restrict you from selling and then doing business with your other countries. So if these sanctions are being put on them, then it's our time to probably also go in there and then probably start exporting to some countries and get some of their clients and probably sell to them and get, benefit from these things, because since we have a commodity to offer, we can also offer these commodities for a price that is better for us to also, gain from.
Okay. Well, nowadays you see people, politicians, people like journalists calling for coup and stuff. Like they are trying to let us know that if something or certain things are not okay, then they are going to stage coup, or maybe they are going to have face them one-on-one. Do you think with our attitude, considering the peace that we are having now, and now looking at how Ukraine and Russia things are going over there, would you advise Ghanaians, or would you advise politicians with how they use their words or how they talk?
I think that with what is happening at between Ukraine and in Russia, it has a long history, because they were one people at a point in time. Then history goes back. They separated a lot of things, and so it took a lot of struggle for them to also break out. And now Russia is seeking to bring them back to themselves. And so anything that will be suggestive of the fact that there will be division in the country, we should kick against it. Anything that will seek to say that these people are no longer part of us and these people are part of us, which will bring war and separation, we know that certainly life will be lost.
So let's say, talking about how once upon a time we heard the Western Togoland was also trying to separate themselves. These are also like certain things that can cause war or like loss of lives.
Exactly. So if this thing was not handled properly, we would have also been in this situation where we'll find our brothers fighting against our government. And then our government will also say, no, we will not agree. They will send soldiers there, military men. They will also bring up a task force, and then there will be a lot of riots. And so what we need to do is to come together as a nation, begin to think about tomorrow, begin to think about the future, and let's all put our hands on deck. Let's be good citizens. If you have any idea on board, bring it on board. If you have any business doing, do it effectively. And we plead with our leaders to also do as they are doing their best, but their best is just not enough. And so we are pleading with them that they should do more as they can, because they travel, they see a lot of development in other countries, but when they come here, their eyes are blinded to all these developments. So we are depending on them for our tomorrow, because in the meantime we don't have the ability to handle the country. They are handling the country. So we ask that they do what they should do, and their best should be enough.
Okay, then as we are ending our conversation, our discussion, what advice are you going to give to Ghanaians, those who think everything they can stand as men fight? What advice are you going to give to them?
Well, men who always fight and not fight for a good cause, their names in history doesn't turn out to be anything to write home about. And so if you are standing up for a cause, and that cause will involve the loss of life, and that cause will distract the peace that once existed in a nation, if you know you are standing for that cause, you know that eventually in the history books your name will not go down well. And so let's find a way to fight. We are always to fight, but let's fight rightfully. The law is available. We need to fight right, go to court. If there's any issue, go to court, go for an appeal. The democracy is now in play. And anytime we want to go behind democracy and be communist or autocratic, things fall out of hand and war breaks out. So let's be democratic, let's be open, and let's have discussions. Let's begin to protest, and let's all register our displeasure on things that are going on, and then hopefully change will come.
Ghanaians, let's sustain our peace that we are having now. Yeah, that's what many people are saying. We are continuing with our discussion. I was here for a year. I didn't join any Gusuni, Papa B. Ever had me a more papa.
Also,
Addo. Now, a year Ukraine, Russia for and Tokwa Echo Soye, which are signal by and a day and my a year the world no.
And definitely a negative signals because, like, due to globalization or like more trade near idea, no, in terms of trade near idea, if we go against us. Yeah.
And if a European countries won't didn't me affect a year African.
So like we do trade with them in terms of business. We do business with them, so definitely it will affect us. Yeah. So we do like we import goods from outside some of these countries that are involved. Yeah. So definitely
And they do one more business transactions.
So if we go there to pick stuff from there, due to interquality to make call. Yeah. It will have a negative effect. Yeah.
Now you share a year issues Ekoya or Mangane Mono, a beer a buyer with a year Western Togoland, the year no one bebenya a issue. One Mangana, Dudona Bune say a year or Maya just a year per a year as Sunday. And so it drew a year about to announce the Brebia Behuno, now a year and Penifono a share and Memono Putupa, Mawamu a day a year bonnet with a year air Kosoi, our a year Amanoni. Dana and Namswan, I said, then I'll bet me I can't add a Mabuna, I wore my gun. A banner say one moon say and talk about a Baconazi, we have to say no more can't say I know the best stage no one can Bama, yeah, I post the fortune, sir, Eddie, after one more Eddie. But the Encasa, you money a reaction, some talk about a bit my home, my yana.
Papa, I wish I home, my Emma, a member say use now, a young telephone, a shop to pan, I say, mom, peanuts, can't think it say, one say, no. Also, Muslim people almost yet to their own interest. What I say, almost yet to their own interest. I'm being selfish gains, And like Musa, I'm paying for you. I'm about to change. I'm going to go to I'm going to say, I'm kind of open up a place, try to see how into youth now. Tom, you're very wise. Yeah, they shouldn't act foolishly. Say, I come to Kakab and you need to know. Now,
not that the uncommon no essay no. Piamun soon crunches and bay and as and Semben Albecan at the Ama a year Ghana for one more Ukraine is Sabria just said one more any other one more and to Tonto.
And the professor say, you're on fine pipe. On fine pipe, she said, yeah, and I said, Banna be here to be tracked. No, so no, my safe, or a Yaman country's no.
Yeah, but I was say, you're not able to for your 2 a year and some no eso. You're not able to for said the uncommon no air conway to a so our hand my near Bemba be our never more papa. Yeah, you have a call. You that Christo I say. Bijidi is a what say a year say Ukraine Russia just sent to qua air coso a one. Now, oh, sha signal bang and a day ma a year if you are seeing a idea a year and I say idea any.
Me the Mekasa as will be a African, Ghana, Nammy or May. Senior and your Melco, ye near Bibi. Or move to me, or more near my with me. I will help with the others, or more crambuna, or more punto way. Nayani, I near who be and teacher, Sato and Chumana, anyway, ever 2 years. You ever find him. You should pray and we're saying now, a French speaking countries. French speaking countries. Yes, yeah, French. Near Koabi was and I call working and I go Togo. Until may I put to a camera my and say, Ding, the politician, the way they are. Almost there or more, or one your mom, or more, remember say, you do in the ball, maybe a vessel so, and your muscle, you know, a do who ya about me, Gentle, my muscle, you have 2 years, the board then, and you saw.
No boy deny so. Now, a share a drew a year about one a drew pensobia, over one a year, and my should be the 4 year, one more share Mabuno or Jessica say, you say, Copejaba log box now at the Topania, but and Topasa a bow or my gun, you beat me edge now.
And Tokaye will be no bit me again than Tokaye. And now they beat me down, or may yɛwɔ nkwalaa a ɔmo ni baabi a ɛne mmerewafo bebree wɔ ɔman mu na sɛ yɛmfa nto adwene sɛ sɛ ɔkwasi a ɛmfa na ɔmo bɛfa yɛnom deɛ yɛwɔ nan o but ebinom disables ne ɔmo a ɛmfa na ɔmo bɛfa nti yɛmfa ne nyinaa nkɔ adwendwen mu na ɛma yɛ asomdwere a asomdwere a ɛwɔ no ɛnso mbo ma yɛn na yɛmmɔ ho ban.
Sɛ no ne afutu ade bɛma ɛyɛ Ghanafoɔ mmabunu no.
Simple and short afutu no.
Abusuafoɔ na sɛ deɛ yɛn nua bɛma de ne nsɛm no ato edwa no ohun ne sɛ ntɔkwa deɛ ɛnya adeɛ sɛ ɛba ɔman mu a ɛboa ɛde wɔyɛ ne ɛba ne tituo wɔn mu akyɛ sɛ wɔn mu ayɛ mmerɛ yɛ nananom ne yɛ nkwalaa a wɔn mu ɛwɔ mu no ɛne sɛ buye ɛyɛ disables no ɛbɛkɔ akɔwie akyi na kyɛ sɛ ɛyɛ akra ɛna yɛ ba bɛhwere yɛasomdue no ɛho ehia yɛ nti yɛma ɛno nsombo ɛmfa ɛma yɛn abusua yɛto nsɛm no ɛso. Na abusuafoɔ sɛ deɛ nkɔmɔ no ɛkɔ ne yɛ maame ɛwɔ ha yɛ ne no Addo ɛyɛ mɔmi mu akɔ abɔ yɛnwia bibi abɔkɔ di so ase mɔmi megye di yie sɛ ɛyɛ Russia ɛne Ukraine ntɔkwa yi wahunu ɛyɛ ebi na de na betumi aka fa ho
wede asɛm no mu yɛ bi na me pa na me tro ma sɛ Russia ono ɛyɛ my sister na o my kitwa nya kitwa na oni me what was it so sa enye asem a enye asem pa enye ade pakra enye ade pa na ka onua kwa yo bibi krapa kasa kire na o ja na kwa what was your so my kitwa say awu wukunkum mu ni pa je so omo nya hwe na o tu bomb ko preko de say enye ade pa in fact amantofo ye mo hihye o pa because I say we dey emu ye dey say ba Africa I say visa Africa mo put in for man no continue because we dey say na assembly si we do wan continue a wa hwa na be assembly say ama the friends amai no enti Ghanafoɔ mpanimfoɔ kyerɛ sɛ ewiase fa ne nyinaa wɔ bia ɛkasa ɛde ɛfa ɛyɛ ɛho na yɛnhwɛ with ɛyɛ Africans yɛn wɔ man Ghana na nse yɛn ntɛwi hu yɛ Western Togolandfoɔ yɛ ɔmo agye nso ɔmo pɛ sɛ wɔn nte wɔn ho ɛmɛ no nso ɛbɛda ne ɛyɛ akasakasa kyerɛ sɛ ɛfɛ ntiaseɛ ɛkɔkɔ yɛ ɛyɛ adwuma na yɛnhwɛ saa nneɛma ɛyɛ wei no ɛna yɛbusa Ghanafoɔ dodoɔ na ɛsɛ enti so ɛyɛ ntɔkwa ɛyɛ ade ɛyɛ na sɛ biribi sɛ ɛba ɛyɛ wɔ man yi ɛso anasɛ ɛbɛbi man mu a sɛn ne yɛbɛsi afa no papa de ade ɛyɛ kura sɛ yɛ kɔ a mfa ne yɛ kɔ yɛ ni baabi a o yɛ Ghana ade yɛ ni baabi a kɔ yɛ kɛse tɔkɔ yɛ ba ɔman mu yɛ kɛse yɛ dwane akɔ baabi obi enu ɔbɛgye enti ɛsɛ ɛhwɛ yɛ anɔbene ne kasa yɛ kasa yɛ ndwene ho ansa ne akasa obi sɛ obi sorry ya na obi ka tibom obi ka tibom I say osu nyansa na osu otimi tell you say asem a ni ke ana asem a say ke ɛyɛ ana say and say sorry ya na o my telephone de o bi sisi a wo mo kɔ baabi a wo ɛnya ɛpɛ bi twa fa pay na kɔ na wo a wotiwa wo yɛ hwee wo bɛyɛ dɛ nti obi kasa na wo mu sɛ na ɔbɛka no wo nkɔsɔ so ɔmo de bia wo pay ti bom ɔmo kasa wo bia na ɔmo akɔsere na yɛ tiakyire no na yɛ wofu na yɛ ka yɛ adwe fa ho nti ɛsɛ ehwɛ yie because ntɔkwa de nya de pa obi ani baabi akɔ aha yɛ ne ɛwɔ bi si a yɛ ne ɛma yɛbɛfa yɛn yɛni baabi akɔ nti ɛsɛ ehwɛ yɛ wo esi ehwɛ yɛ wo yie paa.
Na mami yɛnhwɛ Ghana hanom yɛsi yɛ asomdue ɛman yɛmpɛ yɛn ho asɛm ɛnso so edu abatoɔ anaasɛ edu sɛ panyin bi ɛbɛ ɛyɛ tumi bi anaasɛ biribi a wobɛhunu na ɛmɛpono no ɛna yɛhyɛ wɔn kutupa yɛma wɔn mo biribie mo nkɔ na mo nkɔnkɔ yɛ se mo nkɔ na mo nkɔnkɔ yɛ se ɛyɛ nsɛm a ɛkɔ so ɛwɔ Russia yi afotuo bɛn ɛna abɛnam so ɛde etu ɛyɛ ɛmɛpono a wɔn wɔ ɔman yi mu ɛkɔ ɛfa ɛkwan a mpanyinfoɔ no ɛde sika ɛhyɛ ɛyɛ wɔn.
Yeah, na bebree no bebree ni ọmọdé mu ndọ na sɛ woyɛ nipa a wadwe mu do a wontena hɔ ma obi mfe sika ɛmbɛdaadaa obi di sika bɛdaadaa sɛ kɔ no kɔyɛ sei na wakɔ akɔyɛ adeɛ no nipa no kɔyɛ wie a ɔno ɔde wagya hɔ ɔkɔ baabi a ɔkɔ na wo a adeɛ no wo a wokɔyɛ adeɛ no wonante so nsa so
esusuaso bi ba wo na benya o because onu no de oya de o koye bia onu de oja okọ nti ese ni wo ho a o dwene nyansa de ese ni pe enye bi pa na o dwene no daache enyama esisi no wo de wo ko hyehye ne bi mu de a enya wankasa na friends wo se wo busua o yere no ma ni nua omo na omo be chi na telefone de omo wo be bi ko o sorry a man bag so oni ne busua omo ko ofa ko na wo wo a wo to de na wo ne hwe sa sika na de ma e be so wa he enso be bi biara nti ya ese emebru na so omo dwen omo daachi wo future ese omo dwen na so wan dwen dia wo daachi no wo na be wo
na mami watu mebu ne fo na so mpanifo no so wo so hia futu wo so den na beka ede akire eye wo
mpanifo de so mo no ni sense ni wa bi o mu no sika na kan omo brepa ti se na ye brand ni sika kan on fo sika ko dada o friends obi se on fa on be ye on ko ye ti fi asem it's in California se bi muso nyansa se fe nyansa bi ni ebi nti na se onwu your penny na o nyansa info sika mo ta pala se kono ko ye sa di e ma mi it's in California se e on dun o man no
yo said ya mama e kan telefone wo njo man no enya wo nko a de e na wo mo e ba du because ento kwane ba sensi ya ayetimamufo no e na ebrewa wo hwe said enioma e kwa ya Ukraine the president wo de no wadina mo de wo fight to let's Russia de onu wa utimi wo wati eye emema ma no e na egu eye abonti wo no sanso na eye empedifo bi no ete wo bi wo mo wo be ka wo no wa ko wo no so wo be yi wo asintenti so bisa say wo mpenifo na wo mo wo ma wo mo e so putu pa e ma wo ye bibi wo ye de hi enia abusiafo enkomo no ye to aso
Theophilus Anani, so open the best media school in Ghana there, and a too much multimedia college. If we say a band equipment ababa, a chair for a quadruple ewadisium, any air conditioned room there, the band media law, advertising, camera handling, and a marketing there. And you're not a location or a coffee bad junction. Fanamba ne boasio, na wankasa free. Na mo bi anda da wa, na me mo bi kasa me frama. Wankasa free, abati